Good to be home?
Yes.
Can we first ask you about your Instagram stories and where the inspiration comes behind them?
No, we just have a marketing team that's working on it, and it's basically up before I even know it's up. So guys have been liking it. They think it's really funny. So maybe we'll keep doing it.
Is that how you dance?
Well, no. Better.
Better, okay.
Domantas, how would you summarize this trip coming back 3-3? Past years, I would say it's a successful trip. I mean, beside the two games here, but how would you look at it?
Going 500 is always great in the NBA on the road, especially on a long one. And obviously, we feel like we could have done better, but I'm definitely proud of how we finished. We got 2 wins there in a row, which at the end of the road trip, tough teams, a back-to-back game. So I'm just happy how we responded, and we're mature about it.
I want to talk about that, how you guys responded. You could have said, hey, hung it up, but, there was some injuries here and there, De'Aaron coming back and stuff. How did you guys, muster up, the confidence to come back to win those last 2 games?
I feel like it's a great group of guys. Everyone wants to fight and work hard. Doug Christie had a great speech in the morning of the back-to-back against Toronto. Of how we're going to finish this trip, and especially on the game, and I feel like that kind of got into guys' head, he's played, he's a respected player in the league, so people do definitely listen to him, and I feel like that kind of got some people thinking different.
What do you say?
No excuses, it's a long year, it's a back-to-back, we got injuries, guys not playing, in and out, you can go home, everyone wants to get home as quick as possible, but we just got to go out there and have fun today, and that's going to make it a lot more fun.
Were you consciously trying to be more aggressive during this trip, or like when it comes to scoring the ball, or did it just kind of naturally happen?
It just naturally happens, I'm trying to find spots where I can shoot more, be aggressive, the more we play against each other, teammates are finding me more, so I'm just trying to finish. And, the more we keep that up, the better it's going to be for us.
How do you feel like you've been defensively? I know you got a defense player of the game chain one time, but there's a couple whistles too.
As coaches, that's not on me. I might think one thing, but definitely ask Mike and Jordy about that one.
Coach talked about how much he just loves you yesterday after the press conference. Can you talk about your relationship with him?
It's great. We have a great relationship. He's trying to put us in the best situations every game to win. He really cares. We're in here working, watching film. So he's definitely doing the best he can and working hard for us to be prepared. And then it's on us to have his back and go out there and get these wins.
How does it feel to be back home?
Oh, great. Feels amazing.
Almost 2 things. The number one, the All-Star conversation. Your name is becoming pretty prominent in those conversations. How are you feeling about just where you're at, how you're playing, and whether that might be in the cards for you?
I never really think about those things. The most important, these things come when you win. In the past, when it's happened, it's because we've won. You can be a 10 seed, and it doesn't matter. My goal is to help my team. And at the same time, if you're helping the team win, good things will happen. And we got to keep. Hopefully, our names keep staying. In the conversation. That just means that we're winning. You know what I mean? And if we can stay as high as we can in the standings, that's going to be great for us.
Okay. And you're 16-12. Speaking of winning, and you're going to play 15 of 19 at home over the next 6 weeks. How big is the stretch for you guys as a team, and what your goals are?
This is definitely big. In the NBA, you always want to protect home court. You might play a better team, but at home you always have that slight advantage. So out of those 15 games that you're saying at home, then we got to have a high number of wins. And that's going to be on us to come here and be focused. And it's the holidays. We're at home for so long. People might get comfy, but we got to come in and do our job. And that's going to show some maturity in this group if we can handle that. And that will just allow us to make a bigger gap in the standings.
What's your thoughts about Coach Brown getting ejected and Jordy coming in there and stepping in for you guys?
Oh, great. You know what I mean? They weren't calling fouls on Fox. He's one of our best players. And for him to have his back just shows how much he cares. You know what I mean? And then we had to come out there and then have his back, and get this win, and it was definitely a fun one. Definitely a fun one to finish the game in Toronto, tough place to play. It was a good one for us.
And Jordy being on the sideline too. What's your thoughts about that?
Yeah, of course he came in. He stepped up. Him and Mike are always running everything. So he knows exactly what Mike wants. So he just kept it going smoothly. It was a smooth transition.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a good one.